James eventually decided to head upstairs to the bedroom around 9 o'clock in the evening. His stunning 27-year-old wife, Megan, was getting ready to head out for a night with her friends. The last time she had gone out with them, James wasn't particularly thrilled, and the idea of it becoming a weekly routine wasn't something he could easily accept. They lived in Portland, Oregon, a city famous for its lively nightlife, and Megan had been indulging in it more and more. She noticed the concerned look on his face and sighed. "You're not going to sulk about this, are you?" James glanced at the sleek black dress laid out on the bed, along with the delicate lavender lingerie she was wearing. She looked absolutely stunning in them. "I don't think I've seen these before," he commented, his tone revealing a touch of suspicion. Megan appeared slightly uneasy. "Well, yes, I bought them earlier this week," she admitted, avoiding eye contact. James paused briefly, then walked to the bathroom and returned with a more modest set of lingerie from the laundry basket. "So, is this what a husband should accept?" he asked, holding up the plain beige bra and panties. "While you're happily wearing this," he gestured toward the lavender set that barely covered her, "for some strangers you haven't even met. Or," he added after a meaningful pause, studying her closely, "is this more than just a simple night out with the girls? Maybe you're planning to meet someone?" Megan looked at him, her expression shifting from surprise to anger. "No," she protested, her voice rising. "There's no one else. How could you even think that?" James ignored her denial, carefully choosing his words. "When you're out with your friends, you don't dance with other men, let them get too close, or even flirt with them. How dare you suggest that?" Megan snapped, her voice filled with indignation. "I suggest it because I know more about your friends than you might think," he responded calmly. "One is single, 2 are divorced, and then there's you, the only one still married. Do you really expect me to believe that when they're out looking for fun, they wouldn't try to drag you into their world? It's not your place to judge them," she shot back, fury blazing in her eyes. "I'm not condemning them," James replied evenly. "You're all free to make your own choices." Megan narrowed her eyes curiously. "Are you advising me not to go? How is that a choice?" "I'm not telling you not to go," James said in a steady voice. "I'm simply telling you that I don't find this behavior appropriate for a married woman. I think your friends are putting you in situations that could end badly for us." Megan's face flushed with anger. "Are you seriously suggesting that a night out with my friends could threaten our marriage? Don't be so insecure. I always come home to you. What's the problem?" "The problem," James explained, raising his hand to stop her from interrupting, "is that you're the most beautiful woman I know, and you're going to clubs with single women I don't trust. Add alcohol and attention from men into the mix, and it's a recipe for disaster. Our marriage is already on shaky ground because you believe this," he pointed to her almost bare state, "is something I should just accept without question." Megan turned back to the mirror to finish her makeup, her tone dismissive. "I promised to meet them at 10 o'clock. You're just trying to make me late." James took a deep breath and made one last attempt. "You also promised to respect your husband. It seems like you're comfortable breaking that promise, or are your friends' feelings more important than mine? What's wrong with you? Don't you trust me?" she snapped, frustration clear in her voice. "I'm just going out for drinks with the girls, nothing more. Now, leave me alone." James sighed deeply. "It's not that I don't want to trust you, Megan. It's that I can't help but worry when you're out there every Friday night with women who don't exactly have the best track record in relationships, and I'm left here alone, wondering if you'll end up in a situation where a line gets crossed." "I would never do that," Megan protested, but James interrupted her. "Gail bragged about her little adventures on social media last week. She's one of your closest friends, and that's exactly what she did. How long before you start thinking it's harmless too, as long as I don't find out?" Megan stood speechless as James continued, his voice firm. "If you want to go dancing, invite me along. If you just want to be around strangers, flirting and letting loose, then be honest with me, and we can end this charade right now." "You're being so insulting," she fired back, her temper flaring. "No, I'm being realistic. I don't believe you're just looking for a harmless night of fun. I'm willing to believe you haven't crossed any lines yet, but that's the choice I'm giving you, leave or stay. But remember, I have a choice too. If you walk out that door tonight, you can enjoy your evening, but I won't be here when you return. So here it was. James had laid it all out. He had given Megan every chance to understand his feelings, to hear his desire to fix their marriage. Now it was her choice, him or them. You're joking, right? She said, her words laced with anger. In the 5 years they'd been together, he had never seen her this upset. No, he replied quietly. If you want to dress up like your friends and go out drinking and dancing with them every Friday night, you're free to do that. But I'm telling you now, sitting at home, waiting for you to come back late at night, is not how I see my future. He paused, heading toward the door. I'll be downstairs when you've made your decision. Megan sat in front of the mirror, her mind racing. She hadn't cheated, but last week she had come close. A moment of weakness had led to a comforting embrace with a stranger. Still, she couldn't deny how much she enjoyed the attention from men in the club. It made her feel desired in a way that James's frequent compliments didn't. After all, he was her husband. He was supposed to say nice things about her. But those men at the club, they were captivated by her, and it thrilled her. Downstairs, James sat at his laptop, filling out an online form, his mind made up. At 9:40, he heard her descending the stairs. He looked up. Was she staying or leaving? Megan was wearing high-heeled shoes that accentuated her long legs, disappearing into the short, tight blue dress she had chosen. He remained silent, watching her. Would she invite him to join her, or was she still determined to go out with her friends? She hesitated for a moment, then spoke. I'm leaving. We can talk tomorrow. James slowly shook his head and turned back to his computer, ignoring her. She stood there, uncertain if he was serious. She didn't even hear the front door close behind her as she left. He finished filling out the form, attached the link to an email, and clicked send. Then, he went upstairs, packed some clothes into a couple of suitcases, and made a decision. On Monday, he would tell his boss that he had accepted the job offer in Seattle. In Megan's family group chat, he wrote, "Hello, everyone. I'm sorry you have to find out like this, but Megan has made it clear that she needs more excitement in her life than I can offer. I've sent her the link to our divorce statement via email. It's been an honor to be part of your family, but I hope you understand why I've decided to no longer stay in contact with any of you." James felt he had one last thing to do. He went to the printer, took a sheet of paper, and wrote something down. He taped it over their wedding photograph above the fireplace, then turned off his phone and stepped outside to wait for his taxi. Meanwhile, Megan had just sat down at a table in the club, chatting with her friend Lisa when her phone rang. "If this is James begging me to come home," she muttered irritably, but it wasn't James. It was her older sister, Catherine. "Where on earth are you right now?" Catherine's voice was sharp with urgency. I'm at the club with my friends," Megan replied defensively. "Why? Does James know?" Catherine demanded. "Yes, he knows I'm out with friends." "Why are you asking?" Megan's discomfort grew. "And how did he take it?" Catherine's tone was growing more exasperated. "He wasn't thrilled, but I told him we'd talk tomorrow," Megan said, trying to sound casual. "Well, good luck with that. He dumped you. If you don't believe me, check your email." Lisa looked on in disbelief as Megan hastily opened her email app. Even in the nightclub's dim light, Megan's face paled as she read the message. Catherine must have called because the message was intended for the whole family. Her phone rang again. This time, it was her father. "What did you say to James?" her father demanded, his voice tinged with anger. "That man treated you like a queen, and you wanted more." "No, Dad, it's not like that. I just felt trapped. I needed just one night a week to go out and have fun. But James didn't want me to." And now he's leaving you. You might not have seen it, but the rest of us did. He was the best you were going to find. I hope your friends are worth it, Megan. Please stop calling, she said, her voice trembling. I need to think. But Megan didn't think. Instead, she did what she always did when she felt emotional. She ordered another drink.